Hello, everyone. We are
Hello,
here
hello.
again. I'm Jam.
I'm Konstantin. Welcome back.
Yeah, and we are just two rows interested in finance. I'm sick, like I'm ill. So there might be lots of throat clearing or just like my voice might not be the best. But yeah, how was your week in general?
Uh, pretty good week. Can't complain. No complaints, I guess. I think a little bit of a sickness is going around these days as well
Yeah,
in uni, right? So I'm not surprised.
yeah.
Typical spring flu. But yeah, really,
Oh yeah.
really, really a really good week. Really good week for myself regarding stock market.
You
And
always do this. I asked you how your week is. You always bring it to stocks market.
it's the most
We
important
can't be
topic.
this
It,
obsessed.
it's, I mean, it's the most important. It's the most important that matters. But otherwise, yeah, not much, not much. I can't wait to be little bit nicer weather outside. It's freezing these days, I feel like.
It's so cold in Budapest now. Yeah,
Uh,
it's actually disgusting.
-8 the other day in the morning. That was not nice,
Yeah.
honestly. But yeah,
And
otherwise,
and
no,
like my
no.
school for gynae, I need to be in gynae around like 8:30
No,
in the
yeah,
hospital. So like I need to leave around 8
mm.
to be there. So like that's not the best. At 8, it's still it's a bit warmer, but still is not warm.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I don't know. When I go out for my early classes, I feel like it warms up as soon as the sun is a little bit higher, right? Right around 9 or 10ish.
Mm,
But as soon as you hit the shadows anyway, you're freezing your ass off.
it's bad. It's bad. I told you this like before we started recording, but I wanna let people know as well. I got my AirPod fixed. I lost one of them, but now I replaced it, which is amazing because like the AirPods Max, they're cool. I really like them, but they are my studying
Hmm.
uh like
Oh yeah,
headphones.
of course.
So I don't want to use them for any other purpose because just it brings up the bad memories. I don't like that. So yeah, I'm happy with these when I'm talking with you. And also with those, just like walking, traveling is not the easiest, to be fair. But yeah, that's it. Other than that, I'm ill. Nothing's new for me.
Nothing is new. Okay, good. Then I don't know. Should we start with the market? What happened this week? What's
Yeah,
been
I
going
would
on?
like to start with crypto and then just get over with it. So I don't wanna go into Fed or anything. I don't want to talk about central banks. We did that last week. This week, central bank came up with like did not come up, but they mentioned things about the economics in general. They kind of said that, oh, we can cut the rates, interest rates, or we might not cut it. So,
Hmm.
I mean, it was okay. It's quite interesting, but I don't want to go into that. The thing that I want to talk about cryptos is this meme coin mania is still going, which is sad. Because the more it goes, the more people are losing hope for crypto market in general. Because people are
Hmm.
just like buying meme coins and they're losing a lot, understandably. And big names are into this meme coin insider trading. This is just a scam, I promise you. Like this meme coin is just a scam.
Sorry, but like for me in my mind, right? It's
Mm.
just like when you get scammed by the president of the United States, then you then you know something is going wrong in the crypto
Yeah.
market, right? If there's
So
a
it
dot,
was first Trump coin and then Melanie coin.
yeah,
And then the thing happened, Argentine's Milei, I think that's how you pronounce his name, like the
hmm, hmm.
president or the prime minister. I think president. Like
The
he made
chainsaw president.
Argentine. Yeah. He made Argentine in a really good place, to be fair, economically at least. But Javier Milei, this guy, my man. I mean not my man, because I own Solana. I have Solana and I didn't like what happened. So he came up with his meme coin called Libra. I think that's his dog's name or something.
I didn't even know
And
that.
when they release these meme coins, they always do it on Solana. And Solana turned itself into this like gambling meme coin blockchain. which is not the best.
So it's
Libra and apparently, yeah.
sorry, so it's all so the meme coins are mostly based on Solana coin, right? If I understand correctly.
No. They are in the Solana blockchain, like
Ah, okay.
Solana ecosystem. They are
Hmm.
basically, so to say, they are using Solana servers, let's say,
Hmm.
when they are releasing on it. And there was a rug pull, of course. They just like rug pulled it. They just released it. People bought it, and they just like rug pulled it. So that wasn't the best, and because of this, Solana dropped a lot. Like it was around like 200s. It dropped back to 160s. That
Hmm.
wasn't the best. I'm still in plus, but that's not the point. The point here is people are losing hope on crypto market because they are just getting rug pulled. They're getting rug pulled by President of United States, President of Argentine. Like, and I'm sure that Kanye West is like the other day, next day, he's gonna come up with like, oh, Kanye coin, and he's just gonna rug pull as well. So this is not good for crypto market, but because of this lost trust on Solana, Ethereum was like people just started to think that okay, Solana turned into a gambling house. Let's just focus on Ethereum. So
Hmm.
Ethereum pumped up a bit, but still, crypto market is quite sad lately. So I'm not looking at it much. I'm still in plus, but
Hmm.
because I started buying it very early. But I don't know if I like what's happening to crypto market. Crypto was a better place. We were all families, and then right now people are just like rug pulling each other. Not the best. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I want to say about crypto market. To be fair, nothing much.
yeah. I mean, as you know, I'm not that much in crypto, but like from an outsider viewpoint, of course, it seems like a scam with all these meme coins,
Oh
right?
yeah,
When the president pops
yeah.
out and then the coin drops by 80% in the after weeks, right? Obviously, I feel like wasn't it the CEO of Coinbase or maybe Binance who wants to crack down on those meme coins, especially? I don't know if I heard something like this, but I
I
think
think
that
I
would give
think I
it
think it
more.
was CZ that you're talking about, like the Binance's old CEO.
Ah, yeah, probably, yeah.
CZ, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I do not like what's happening, but it is what it is. But to be fair, people are always saying, "Oh, meme coins." But like in the previous bull runs, there were things called shit coins, which but basically meme coins. Like
Yeah.
and meme coins are just like this thing always happens in crypto. It happened. They named it shit coins last bull run, and now they are naming it meme coins. I will always have hope for crypto, but right now it's not looking good. Like even the Bitcoin doesn't feel like it wants to go up.
Mm.
It's right now really stable, and I don't know. I think right now the stocks market is more interesting.
Yeah, Bitcoin has been really in a sideway or like in a consolidation phase for pretty much since the election or since the win of Donald Trump, right, in November, right, when this huge spike came in. There hasn't really been any movement. Um, so it's gone really kind of boring these days, I'm not gonna lie. But as soon as I feel like people forget about Bitcoin or people like put it on the side for a little bit, right? I feel like that's potentially again interesting. They forget about it, or it
Mhm.
drops a little bit, or Bitcoin is bad. I bought at 116,000, 110K, like literally at the height, and now they're in 20% in minus. This typical have no, I don't know, no time to wait for Bitcoin to rise. I feel like after these times, that's when it likes to make a nice movement, either up or down, but preferably up, of course.
I
But
think I don't think that it's gonna drop, but I don't think that it's gonna drop back to 80s or 70s again. But I think it's gonna go up. But the question here is when. The $1 million question is when it's gonna go up. And to be fair, the good things are happening for crypto as well. Like SEC, it feels like they're gonna approve the Ethereum staking. We talked about it last
mhm,
week as well
mhm,
for
mhm, mhm.
ETFs. And Litecoin ETFs are registered right now, so they are just like being waited for them to be public so people can buy. So like good things are happening, and these corporate investors are gonna start buying ETFs with Like they're just gonna start buying cryptos with ETF. So this is good for crypto market as well. It's just when is it going to happen? When is the
Mm,
Bitcoin gonna go up? We'll see.
mm. Yeah, I think, of course, long term, I think we can see Bitcoin always going up, if we believe in it, right? If you like you and yeah, I don't know. Maybe, yeah, like honestly, like I've said it and I will keep saying it, right? I've said it to you multiple times. I would like to see the 120K at least, right? That was in my mind in the beginning. If we
Mm.
get the run like we do right now. I mean, I feel like we're still in the run. So yeah, I'm still optimistic about
Yeah.
120. But my Coinbase stock also needed suffered a little bit the past few days, of course, with Bitcoin moving sideways. But yeah, I think it's a little bit of an overreaction, especially for Coinbase as well, because they had really good earnings and they're just selling
I
out.
mean, I guess we are going to see. I don't have much to say to it. It's just I actually have nothing to say about this. Not gonna lie. Yeah, year to date, Coinbase is down. Not cool.
Not cool, yeah. But again, still in
Not cool.
plus, and yeah, we keep. I had great earnings, but that's what still gives me confidence that Bitcoin will go higher up. And Coinbase and Bitcoin are really closely related, even chart wise. So yeah, keep keeping confident for that. I think it's gonna continue to grow. Let's
Yeah,
see, I
I
guess.
mean that's what I can say about crypto market. If you want to take over and talk about the stocks market, because to be fair, I've been enjoying stocks market more than crypto market lately as well. So
Yeah, I think that's
yeah.
why, like, when the crypto market goes a little bit in a sideway position for a longer period, like the last 3 months now, it does get a little bit like you can't look at this
I
all
mean,
the
don't you
time.
remember when Bitcoin was going really high from like 70s to 100, that
Hmm.
run? We were, even though you don't have any cryptos, us two, we were only talking about cryptos.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's not like we are only trying to make money out of this market, but we actually enjoy it as well. So,
Mm. No, 100%.
wherever there's drama, we are there.
Yeah, but the Bitcoin drama has really cooled down. That's
Yeah,
that's the problem. Now, okay, let's go to
yeah,
stocks wise.
yeah.
I guess really interesting this week or last week was for me at
This
least
week was amazing.
crazy
Lots of
amazing.
drama. Yeah,
But
amazing dramas.
yeah, China.
Especially especially yesterday, American market, like 21st of Feb. Oh,
I don't know what
like
happened, to be
21st of
honest.
Feb was
What?
yeah, I know what happened actually. It was the Fed that talked shit about the American economy. So
Okay, okay, yeah. I had no idea. I saw the drop. Like I was really yesterday evening. I really didn't check the market. I only saw after you wrote to me, talking about Google
mm,
stock, which we can go straight into if you want. But yeah, I only saw it back. I only saw it then that everything was red pretty much yesterday night, and I haven't
like
checked since the afternoon.
S&P 500 dropped 1.7% yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, yesterday on 21st of Feb. And Nasdaq 100 dropped 2.05%. So these are good drops. And I always tell you, I like drops more than the runs because you can always buy. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a tough year, I think, for the S&P 500. Definitely seen better months before, better Januaries and better Februaries, but
Oh, yeah.
um, I think, like you say, like it's nice to see it drop because it is buying opportunities, and I think we both bought, right? We both bought Alphabet, right? So Google stock.
I did. I mean, in the previous episodes that we did, I've been telling you that I'm just waiting for it to drop to 182.
Mhm.
And I kind of broke my philosophy of investing. I didn't wait it to drop 182. I bought it when it was 182.5.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking with Karen, and Karen was like, "Let's just buy it. Let's just wait. Let's just not wait." She's not that patient. So I was like, okay, let's just buy it. We bought it, and it dropped more. So when it dropped more yesterday, I bought more as well. So yeah, right now my average is 182.43. Right now I'm in minus because I think it's 179 around that price now. But
Um,
in the long run, I always think that Google is a really good buy. Like in 2 years, I see myself going, I don't know, 50-60% in plus, let's say.
yeah, I definitely, for example, I can see Google at the end of 25 at 220 USD. And I think I
Hmm.
told to my father, maybe I mentioned it to you, but I can see this Google stock being at 400 US dollars by 2030, 450 easily. I think that's a
2030,
real.
let me tell you that 2028, it would go to 300s.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think it's like with the continuous growth of 10, 15%, and in some sectors like Google Cloud even being 20% growth, I think there's still a lot of upside. And yeah, I stocked up really well as well. Same as you, maybe not around the same price. I think I bought at 174 euros though. So yeah, it's a little bit lower right now, but then again, you trying to catch the perfect dip is nearly impossible, right?
Hmm.
I think it's kind of pointless. Maybe if you have an order or something going on, but then again, I just buy by feeling, right? It dropped. You you messaged me, it dropped. I was like, oh, that's a really good time, and it was the biggest drop since I bought the original stake a couple months ago, right?
Yeah.
Um, so it was a really good buying time. So yeah, I think that's something we continue to hold in until forever, I guess, right? Because
I am going to hold, and to be fair, I even have a next target in my mind. It's Amazon, Netflix, or Bank of America.
Mhm. How was? Oh yeah, by
And
the way, oh sorry, yeah.
yeah, yeah, no, say
No,
it.
no, I thought didn't Bank of America have earnings last week? I think there was
But no,
something
I
like
don't.
this.
No, it
Um,
wasn't Bank of America. It was Barclays and Lloyd's, I think.
Barclays.
Barclays. It was Barclays. It wasn't. It wasn't even Lloyd's. It was on the Barclays. That's it. Yeah, because all the big what's it called? Earnings of the banks, they were nearly the first couple of weeks of the earnings season.
Mm-hmm.
Like all those, like JP Morgan, Goldman, blah blah blah, all those things.
And how did you like the earnings there? Are you satisfied or like they have good?
I'm always satisfied with the bank's earnings because for some reason, even the earnings are bad with banks, you can always say, oh, they did it on purpose because
Mm,
they wanna look like this, look like that. They're like you. If you check the financials of a bank, they will always have huge debts.
yeah.
They love that. So, like, checking the financials of a bank sometimes can be challenging, but yeah, I don't mind that. I always liked banks, and I told you the reason I like banks, especially lately, is Trump saying, "I want to deregulate things. I want to deregulate things." Like, you don't really
Yeah.
see a European bank going bankrupt, right? Or you don't really see EU causing financial crisis worldwide. There's a reason because you guys don't deregulate things.
Yeah, we have a lot more regulations, and like Germany also has like the debt, the debt cutoff, like a limit amount of debt we
Mhm.
can take and stuff like this. But I feel like in general, the larger banks, right? If you're talking about JP Morgan, Barclays, Bank of America, I feel like obviously they are at a much lower risk of bankruptcy compared with like more community or more regional banks, right? And normally, if a
Yeah,
regional
but
bank
yeah,
goes bankrupt, they will be eaten up by a larger bank at this point, most likely anyway.
yeah, but
So
I don't buy, and we are not talking about like regional banks, so I'm not buying regional
yeah,
banks
yeah.
either. It's just, Bank of America. It's like really big. It's like the fourth largest bank in
Hmm.
US, I think, and I think fourth largest bank. I think is still larger than Deutsche. or Commerzbank, most likely.
I have no idea. I know Deutsche is probably the largest German,
Yeah,
but
it's the
Commerzbank isn't
largest
small
German.
either because there's a lot of subsidies like Bader
Mm.
Bank and stuff like this. I know within Commerz.
I mean,
Uh,
as far as I know, the largest lender in Europe right now is BNP Paribas, like the French bank. But
mhm.
as far as I know, it's is still smaller than Bank of America, as far as I know. I'm not sure, and I can't be bothered to check. But
I have no idea. I have
American
no.
banks are just like huge.
Yeah, probably. I mean, for me, if I could ever choose a bank, uh, it'd probably be JP Morgan. If I would buy one,
Mm.
JP Morgan, or I mean, I guess you could consider Berkshire Hathaway as a bank, but it's more like a hedge fund, right? I guess it's
Hmm.
more like, I mean, at this point, Berkshire Hathaway is everything because they invest in everything as well. So, but yeah, that would be my two options, I guess. But again,
I
are you
checked
looking
the other day when we, yeah.
are you looking to buy banks? Because I think like last week we talked a little bit about Barclays as
Ba-
well.
Um, um, Barclays increased a lot in the London market lately. They have this run. Check the graph. You'll see as well
Hmm.
quickly. Barclays had a huge run last 2 weeks, so I'm more interested in Barclays. Lloyd's also had a really nice run as well because like the things are going well in the UK in terms of banks. But that's why I'm not looking at English banks. I'm more looking at American banks, and Bank of America seems like the best
Hmm.
options for me. Because, like, I've checked it with JP Morgan after you said it. PE ratio is better, price to sales is better, and I like banks that have strong retail business. And I don't think that Chase is as strong as Bank of America in terms of retail business. So I wanna have good retail and a good investment banking, and the retail business of Bank of America is really strong.
Um, yeah, then again, I don't really know. Like I'm not invested enough how if I compare like JP Morgan with a Bank of America, I would have to look more into that to be fair,
Mm.
to even know. Yeah, JP Morgan is just for me is very attractive just graph wise as well. It doesn't care. There was like even if you
Yeah.
if you if you look since even the 2008 crisis, like instant recovery and up to infinity. Like this stock is crazy for me. But yeah, again, I don't know. Not looking into buying bank stocks currently,
Mhm.
but I know they're doing well. I
I'm
know they're
telling you,
doing well. My father is really
yesterday,
happy as well with his Deutsche Bank stock.
yeah, Deutsche Bank, German banks, like not even French or Dutch banks. I mean, to be fair, French bank is only one, BNP Paribas, and the Dutch is ING. But German banks, Commerzbank, Deutsche Bank, they have been having a rally for the last 2 weeks, especially this week. Madness.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, can't hate on that. Can't hate on that. I know my father, no, I think I told this last week as well, but he's funny doing really well with Deutsche Bank. After 6 years in the minus, I think it reached 20 euros per stock.
19 something.
19, yes.
19.
So
Yeah.
so yeah, he bought back in, of course, maybe his investment was not the best, because he
Yeah, Deutsche
bought
Bank dropped a lot.
yeah, he bought back in 2015, 2016, right?
Ooh.
So obviously he's
Oof,
been in
no.
the minus for 6 years and now he's up. But again, he has, I believe they pay good dividends, right? So he has been collecting dividends. I presume they pay
I mean,
dividends.
yeah, to be fair, I mean, if you were to buy Deutsche Bank in 2007, you must be crying right now because it was like
Mhm.
around 80s and it dropped all the way down to 19. But yeah, it is what it is, I guess.
So yeah, on a 20-year basis, of course, might not be the best, but the last 5 years has been very nice for the banks. But then again, if you compare this chart with JP Morgan, for example, JP Morgan is for me more attractive. Just chart wise, you can see there's constant return. They don't care. Even through financial crisis, they didn't really care. I mean, of course, there
To
was
be
a
fair,
bad
can I
drop, but
tell you something?
Mhm.
The dividend pay of Deutsche Bank is not the best either. In second quarter, I mean, like the first quarter of 2025, they are expected to give like $0.7 per share. So,
Yeah, okay, it's yeah, 3.5%, 3.46. It's okay. For a bank, that's okay. It could be better. I've seen better
I mean,
dividend deals.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it's
I've
if
seen
you're
better.
looking for dividend stock, I guess that's maybe not it. But yeah,
That's not what you want. I don't
yeah.
think so.
So what did you
But yeah, other
mention?
than that, yeah, go on.
Netflix, Amazon, right? I think on Amazon, I'm a little bit on your side. I think Amazon looks really attractive these days. I don't know what the
Amazon,
pullback is about, right?
Amazon, not going to lie, I do a bit of a technical analysis as well, time to time, just to check, just to try to be able to find a dip. I check like support levels, Fibonacci, like the resistance
Same,
levels, time
same,
to time.
same.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So Amazon is at its support, and it's like a mid strong, like it's not like the mid-level strength support. Uh, so I don't know. Let's see. I wanted to buy it yesterday, and I told myself, no, you just bought Google. You're just like being spoiled. You just want to buy things, don't be spoiled. So I didn't buy. But I was so about to buy, and I feel like Amazon is not a bad buy, to be fair. If you get 15% in plus by the end of the year, I wouldn't be surprised from this price.
Yeah, I think I'm on your side, man. Like, it got punished for some reason. I mean, I know what the reason is. It had a little bit of a reduced outlook into the future. They put the
Yeah,
outlook a little bit lower, but even with their recent earnings, I don't really I feel like it's unjustified because their revenue had all-time highs. The net income was all-time. Everything was nearly all-time high. So I think they had a great last results, and um, I don't know. It might be trading a little bit expensive. I think 35 PE ratio. Wait, what's the forward PE ratio? Yeah, 28. So
34.
yeah, it's quite like compared to Google. Obviously, it's a little bit more expensive stock. But then again, I'm not worried about Amazon. If you buy it today or you buy it throughout the next week at any price, up or minus 10%, right? I think you're gonna be fine the next 2 to 3 years easily. Like
In
it's
my
not.
yeah. So people think of Amazon when they buy or look at Amazon, maybe not investors like us, but like someone who just buys stocks for shits and giggles or doesn't have much idea and they think that they're investing, they look at Amazon and they're like, oh, Amazon, you just buy things from Amazon, right? But
Mhm.
Amazon is way more than that. Very, very more than that. The other day I heard about them buying the rights of James Bond, I think. Prime Video bought the rights of James Bond. So I think new James Bond series are coming.
Yeah, I mean they're
I
trying to
don't know
build
if I'm excited about it, but
I'm
it
not.
feels like they're trying to do something.
Yeah, I feel you. They're definitely trying to diversify the business, right? Having more stuff
Hmm.
and maybe potentially competing with Netflix and Disney with Prime. But yeah, then again, like you say, I feel like there's a lot more behind Amazon than just the online sales or the Amazon website where
Yeah,
most people buy their products, right? So yeah, I
yeah.
feel like I feel like Amazon is really interesting. It could be a buy. I think right now for me a little bit too expensive, so I wouldn't mind it dropping a little bit more. Um,
That's what I'm
uh,
saying. Do you think that, for example, it will ever drop to 190s anymore?
it can, yes. I feel like
Do you
it
reckon?
can. Yeah, I mean, sometimes these stocks do have a drawdown. Like for example, Google,
Mm.
when I bought Google at 140, it was trading at an 18 PE ratio. And
Hmm.
nobody really talked about it, but 18 PE ratio for Google, I think, is fine, is hella cheap, you know.
Yeah,
So I feel like it can, like, it's trading currently, what did we say, 35? Let's just say
179.
35. Yeah. No, no, I'm telling Amazon, sorry. PE ratio 135, 35 right now, right? I don't mind it dropping below
Yeah,
30. If it might drop around a 28, 25 PE ratio, I would definitely consider a buy. I think that would be cheaper for Amazon, and I can see that. Why not? It does happen from time to time, those little buying opportunities, I guess.
yeah, I
Um,
know, I know. I mean, yeah, sorry, someone just texted me. I needed to
it's-
quickly do that, but yeah, Amazon. I don't know. Like for example, if you check the financials of Amazon as well, Amazon Web Services customer commitments are increasing as well.
yeah, again, bro, like, even if you, like I say, even if you wait for a dip now, okay, the dip might come, it might not. But even if you buy now or you buy next week when it's already maybe 10% up again, I think if you're looking forward in a year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years in the future, you're gonna be fine. Amazon is a stable stock and constant growth. It's the same story as Google for me. It's a leader, it's a monopoly, or in its own way, I guess. And I don't see growth slowing down, which means it will continue to rise, I
Yeah, I
guess.
mean, like PE ratio is more or less high, but price to sales 3.6. I think it's fair for Amazon.
Yeah, it's actually not bad. What's the price to sale from Alphabet? I have no idea, to be fair.
I don't think it's worse.
Uh,
6.29. That's fair as well.
mm,
It's not like Palantir, which is like what,
uh,
100?
they did have a nice drop, by the way. So they went from 120 back
Palantir
down
is like
to,
82,
yeah, no.
83. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. So
So,
Amazon, I would say you don't go wrong, man. Can't go wrong. If you wanted to buy it yesterday, probably fine. If you want to buy it on Monday, it's probably fine.
well,
Um,
would you think of Netflix?
so that's another thing, right? Netflix. It's okay. Did they have what happened to Netflix? Oh, they hit the $1,000. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's obviously another a beautiful milestone. Up
Hmm.
30% year to date. Yeah. I mean, we keep talking about it, right? Even before we started this podcast thing or whatever you want to call it. We talked about when was it? When it was at like $700. I think we talked about it when it was
Yeah.
$800. We talked about it when it was 900, whatever. I mean, it keeps performing, bro. What can I say? I'm just sad I'm not in it. Like,
Yeah, yeah. That's why if it drops below, let's say, oh, 900, I'll definitely buy. Will
no,
it ever
there's a.
drop to 900? I am questioning that as well.
It is even
I
more.
hope it does, so I can buy.
It's even more expensive than Amazon with a nearly 50 PE ratio. Which I don't mind, honestly,
Um,
again, because if the company shows it can trade at a 50 PE ratio, but it returns, it's fine. It's just an expensive stock.
I
And
agree.
good stocks are normally a little bit more expensive in general anyway. But yeah, I don't know. My big but, bro, and I think forgot to wrote this actually on my list is I talked this with my girlfriend the other day, and it's also like it's I realized it in Amazon as well, Prime. Um, and I think it's really interesting is you get ads. Like I feel like you pay for subscriptions nowadays, and for example in Prime, and I'm really scared that Netflix might do this, and I mean kind of started doing it with blocking the password sharing, right? But
Yeah, they did that.
In Prime, you get like ads even though you're a Prime member. It's crazy. You get shorter ads now than via if you're not on
Really?
Prime. Yeah. So even though you pay a monthly fee, and I feel like this maybe it's just me being German, but I feel like at a certain point customers won't take this shit anymore. You know what I mean? Like if you pay a monthly fee for something to be ad free and you still get ads, I think that's a little bit outrageous. And I feel like Disney is also heading a little bit this way, and I'm scared that
I've
Netflix
never
will do this.
realized getting ads on Amazon Prime actually. Wow, okay.
Yeah, no, I don't like as well. Again, on Prime, you have your list of included Prime movies and series, right? But
Yeah.
there's still products, there's still movies that you still have to buy, even though you're a Prime member, right? So I'm kind of scared about this, like
I
just
am Prime
because
as well. I never realized this. Never.
no,
Huh.
I think it's
Never
rather new.
realized this.
It's rather new. It's rather new. Yeah.
Huh.
So I'm a
It's
bit
been a time since I last watched Prime, so that's why we
yeah.
always watch Netflix. To be fair.
Yeah, and then again, I'm always on Disney. I never use Net. I'm surprised this Netflix is doing so well because in my mind, okay, everybody has Netflix, but everybody has Disney as well that I know. So I'm like, where's the difference? But again, I'm just scared this kind of, trying to increase its revenue, right, constantly as a company and doing a little bit unethical things like extra advertising or stuff like this, might ruins a company's reputation. But then again, Netflix hasn't done such things. But that's a little bit my. I had this talk, and I think it's interesting. At a certain point, obviously, if you pay like 15, $20 a month, you want your ad-free experience, right? You don't want to watch a
Mhm.
small anything, and yeah. But yeah, I think Netflix interesting, just a bit
To be
expensive.
fair, I mean, we just said good things about Prime, right? I mean, like when we were talking about
Mm.
Amazon, not just like the last 5-10 minutes. Yes, Prime is cool. I agree. Disney Plus, cool. I don't know, YouTube, they're all cool, but I feel like Netflix has like this such market share. Not only the market share, the way they serve their customers. I feel like Netflix is a monopoly.
I mean, I kind of agree with you because I agree with you on the statistics part, but then again, like everybody who has Netflix also has Disney, different topic. But on a statistics part, obviously Netflix is outperforming everyone, right? It's above
Yeah.
Disney, it's above Prime is technically not even in the talk. No, I feel like there's nice stuff on Prime. I watch some shows like The Boys on Prime and stuff like this. I think that's great. Um, but if you compare them 1v1 against each other, Netflix wins by
I mean, to be
huge
fair,
margins. Like it's
I
crazy.
watched my favorite series of all time, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. I don't know if you have it. I don't know if you watched it before. It's a
Mm-mm.
series. The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. I feel like Prime originals are better than Netflix originals, but Netflix just gives you a wide range of genres to choose from, and I feel like Prime is lacking this. If I were to giving a choice to have only one streaming service in my life for the rest of my life, I would like without even thinking for a second, I would choose Netflix.
I don't even use Netflix, and I'll probably join you in this one.
Yeah,
Like I use my girl's Netflix account and we share it, and whenever we watch, but most of the time we end up on Netflix, which because it
yeah.
has the most stuff, right? And I feel like honestly, Prime, like you said, they have really good Prime stuff, like The Boys, or I'm watching another show called Invincible, like a
The
comic
Men in
show,
the High
right?
Castle.
The Man in the High Castle. Great shows. I love all of these shows. But then again, I feel like Prime feels empty. Like there's not
Yeah,
a lot of content. And the content that you want to watch most of the time is behind a paywall, even though you're a Prime member, right? And I think that's a bit ridiculous to pay, or you have to pay another 9.99 for an HD version of this movie, and then you pay 9.99 or a certain amount. It is only for a short period of time, then it's available. You're leasing it. You're not really owning the movie either. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like Netflix is miles ahead, right? And I feel
Mhm.
like even miles ahead of Disney, right? Disney has such great content. I feel like
Disney
so much
Plus. Look,
stuff.
I'm telling you, Disney Plus. Disney, please don't sue me because I'm saying this, but
No.
like Disney Plus is not even in the race. I'm sorry. Disney Plus is not even in the race. I would go this far and say HBO is better than like the Max, HBO Max. You know, the
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Max.com
of course,
dot
of course,
whatever.
of course.
Max is very better than Disney Plus. They have Last of Us. They came up with Fallout. I have I watch shows on Max that
Game of Thrones as well.
makes me pay for Max that Disney Plus can't make me do.
Mm.
Disney Plus is just a platform, in my opinion, where you just want to have a wholehearted Disney film and you want to watch it. That's why you have Disney Plus, not because you want to keep watching Disney Plus and their content.
Yeah, I don't know. Like for me, I mean, I'm a Disney owner, and I kinda like the whole Disney idea, right? The whole Marvel
Mhm.
stuff, and I feel like
Ah, yeah,
uh,
they own Marvel.
remember Marvel, they own a lot, right? They have a lot of these brands and this existing, like Marvel itself, right? The amount of superheroes and the amount of material they bought that they could use to make great content, which I feel like they're really not doing, honestly, because I feel like
Yeah,
Marvel content and Disney content has really, I mean, it's either hit or miss, like literally. There's nothing in between. It's either, oh, that was a bang of a movie, or Jesus Christ, what the hell did I just watch, kind of thing. And you can talk about this with Star Wars as well, right? It's like the most. I'm not even
Star
the
Wars,
biggest
my
Star Wars fan.
favorite series. Like I'm such a huge Star Wars, and like this is one of the reasons why I dislike Disney this much because
Yeah,
they fucked
it
it
is.
up. Like just
Yeah.
like the new sequels were so bad. It was not Star Wars anymore. It was just Disney who which made Star Wars and lost the Star Wars soul. They just wanted to add the Disney soul, but for some communities, for some films, you can't do this. But this is what Disney tries to do, but you shouldn't do that.
No, I feel like they have all these stories and these possibilities, and they have these Star Wars rights, and then they don't really stick to the concept. They don't stick to what the fans like, right?
Yeah,
This
yeah, yeah, yeah,
maybe
yeah,
controversial type of movies they put out, and then I feel like they act surprised, oh, it didn't do well, but for everyone else it wasn't really a surprise. So they do
yeah,
make they do have the possibility to make amazing content because they have everything on paper on their desk ready to be transferred into
yeah,
amazing movies. They have no shortage of great directors.
yeah,
They can definitely do it with Marvel. There's newer Marvel movies like Guardians of the Galaxy. I think like this series was really great, but then if you look on some other Marvel stuff, maybe the newer stuff is very questionable. It's
yeah. Not cool. Yeah, yeah, no,
I
no. I agree. I agree.
I I feel like it's like trying to they're really trying to milk the dry cow, like trying to get every little bit out of it, instead of being original like Netflix does. I think Netflix creates some good original stuff, and they're also being a little bit more braver than Disney, and it pays off.
Yeah,
So
Netflix.
yeah,
Netflix is just way better. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
So
we talked enough about streaming
yeah, too
services.
much.
Yeah,
Yeah, too
any other
much.
topic?
Let's go to Apple. I want to talk a little bit about Apple. What do you think? Is
Apple.
Apple
Yeah.
a buy? It's been a very sideway kind of vibe the past days. Yeah, I mean, Apple is a
Apple.
biggest company, right? So always been.
Apple is always a buy. It's always going to a buy. Always going to be a buy. I don't think that Apple is never ever a bad company.
Hmm.
But community or the public has this idea about Apple that they are not innovative, which I disagree with 100%. The reason I disagree with, look, I have this iPhone, right?
Yes,
iPhone
sir.
14. The next one, exactly the same as this one. When it comes to iPhone, they are not innovative. But I'm using my AirPods. I don't know if any other brand does it, but like when I'm using my AirPods, if I'm not and I'm outside, they like it's not suggested to use noise cancellation outside so you can hear the cars and everything, right? And you know how loud the ambulances are in Budapest.
Of
The
course.
moment my AirPods realize that there are like loud noises coming, it just reduces that loud noise and just like gives it to me with a normal volume of that noise, but it still makes me realize that there is that ambulance is coming. So they are making their chips. They just started making their chips like years ago. Even my MacBook,
Mhm.
it's like the first release of the M1 chip MacBooks. They are making their own chips. They are making their own chips for the headphones, like my AirPods, AirPods Max, whatever. They are being innovative on MacBooks. They are being innovative on their like music devices, their sound devices. So I believe that Apple is innovative. On iPhones, they are not innovative, and for some reason, they still make the most money on their iPhones. But I believe that Apple is innovative. Apple is a good company to buy all the time. That's what I say.
Honestly, I kind of agree, especially, I mean, I kind of agree, but at the same time, I don't because I think Apple is not innovative. But in a sense, like you say with your AirPods, right?
Hmm.
Definitely Apple. That's what they made. I remember when, when they first released the first gen. Um,
Yeah,
I remember how the outrage was. Who the hell is gonna
yeah.
buy a wireless headphone, And honestly, it was really innovative and was
Everyone
really
bought
like
it.
they started this trend 100%. I'm
Yeah,
100% behind this stuff. But then again, phone wise, yeah, I feel like they're lacking a little bit.
yeah.
Innovation
Like for example,
has really
Apple
slowed
Watches,
down.
right?
Yeah, again, as
Apple
well.
Watches.
Innovation,
Like
yes.
Apple Watches, you fell down, you fall down, and your Apple Watch just calls 112 for you or 911, like whatever the
Mm.
emergency contact you have, or like the emergency services, health services, it just calls it for you. So I believe that it's really unfair for people to call Apple not innovative. Maybe they might do innovations every 5 years, let's say, or every 10 years. Even though I think they innovate themselves every year or every 2 years. When they come up with like really big thing, it changes the market. Like you said, wireless headphones.
Yeah,
Like who
yeah,
thought about that? Apple's.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I feel like you're kind of right. Sorry, and especially if you compare it
Mm.
with other companies, right? Like, like Apple does, like the headphones or the watch, even the iPhone itself, right? Was an innovation, or the iPads. I feel like even the iPad started kind of like this tablet trend.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. Of course.
and I feel like Apple, like you said, might not do it that much, like every 5 to 10 years. But when they do, they it might not even be a great innovation, right? Like your Apple Watch, but it's like a trend. They start a trend for other companies to follow up on, right? And yeah, my only concern with Apple right now, I feel like this new innovations taking too long. For example, if I
Mm.
see other companies like Samsung creating foldable screens, and being on the Z flip phone fifth generation already, or which generation it is, and then again we don't see anything from Apple there, not even a concept, right? And then like Xiaomi trying to build a car or already building a car, right? But I feel
Yeah.
like for Apple, we heard this Apple car idea for the past, I feel like I heard it like 2019, 2020, the first like realistic idea about it. Where is it? Like I feel like it's taking too long time. And in this type of market, you cannot take your time too long. You're gonna get
Yeah.
outcompeted, right? It's if you take too much, of course, when the Apple car comes, maybe 2030, if that's even still a realistic thing. I don't know. But if it comes eventually in 2030, 2035, it's gonna have a huge disadvantage just by the market already being flooded by cars, right? Electric cars. But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like for me, of course, Apple. I'm not really an Apple consumer myself, but I think the products are great. I understand why people buy it. It's a whole system, right? You have the Apple ecosystem,
Mhm.
which makes the Apple company so successful. Being like, if you have an iPhone, you should have a MacBook or whatever,
Oh yeah.
and be connected like this. And yeah, honestly, in the future, I feel like they're still gonna be innovative and there's still gonna be new stuff. But then on the other hand, personally, it's not my favorite brand. I don't own the products, which then stops me a little bit buying the company. But like I think it's a stable company. It's a solid company with constant
Yeah.
revenue growth, even though it slowed down a little bit. But you can see in the revenue it picked up in the recent quarters again. So it's I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
it's gonna be more than fine.
I think Apple is always a good buy. Maybe I would say that maybe waiting for another dip might be a better idea. But other than that, I think it's a good buy.
Yeah, and talking about the only thing, like for example, when we go back to the innovative part, right? With the new iPhone,
Mhm.
they actually announced a couple of days ago an iPhone 16
Yeah, 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 yeah.
SE or E, sorry, it's only called E, I think now. I don't know anymore. Uh, uh, but I found this like it's the price went up for the because I think the SE line or E line of the iPhones is the cheaper versions, right? It's the basic
Yeah,
line
the
for
budget iPhones. Yeah.
budget, right? But even the price went up, which I found a little bit strong. It went up to 599, right? And then there's some features which are missing from the newer phones, and I found it a little bit underwhelming because if you buy a budget phone for 500 bucks, 500, 600 bucks, you can buy a really good high-end quality phones with a lot of features already. I'm not sure if that will be like the number one go-to for Apple users to buy this type of phone. I don't even know if that's really um, you know I don't know, maybe you as an iPhone user is like, would you ever consider buying the new iPhone like this for a budget kind of vibe?
I don't buy the budget ones,
Hmm.
but just to sake of having an iPhone, and if I don't have money, I would buy the budget one without even thinking. I wouldn't buy Xiaomi or like I don't know what else is out there, Samsung,
Samsung, yeah.
LG. I wouldn't buy those. I would buy an iPhone.
Yeah, okay, it makes sense because then you would also still be in that ecosystem and still have the thing.
Yeah.
And iPhone is a little bit of a status symbol, so I feel like that also gives the Apple.
Yeah. At this point, like a Samsung is like a bit like I mean, we always see those like memes like he's a 10 but using Samsung. You know?
A real gay is not a gay without an iPhone.
Y-
Quote
Yeah.
that.
We see those things, so
But yeah, no, I think it's definitely a more America side maybe where it's a little bit more of a status symbol, but in general, I think it still is. So, uh,
yeah.
yeah. But then again, Apple and maybe just to go to the other side and connect Apple and Alibaba partnership. So there's some partnership going on, which I find interesting. I haven't really seen too much news about it, just sort of headlines. Uh, and they wanna work with Alibaba's AI technology and therefore like kind of get into the market of China, right? What do you think about this?
I mean, I think Apple is doing this because the tariffs are gonna hit Apple hard. So they're
Mm-hmm.
still trying to keep one of their foot in the mainland China. So that
Mm-hmm.
might be the reason. And also, to be fair, as an Apple user, as an Apple fan, I must say that Apple kinda is lacking behind on this
Mm-hmm.
AI mania.
Yeah, a little bit again when we talk about innovation, right? There's nothing been really going on from Apple. I saw some of the functions. I think was it the emoji creating function or something like this, and nothing
I mean,
overwhelming coming from the AI
yeah,
field, at
no,
least,
like
like nothing
I
new.
would have expected Apple to have their own AI bot by now.
Mm-hmm.
Google has it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what was Google Gemini? Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Gemini.
Google has it. Why can't Apple just like come up with an AI like ChatGPT where I can just like ask questions specifically catered to Apple products? If you want to use an AI, you must buy an Apple product. This is what Apple always does, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you want to
Mm-hmm.
use this, you need to own an Apple product. Why is no Apple doing this already? They have the resources. They have everything to do this. Like, why aren't they doing it?
No, 100%. I mean, the amount of money they have for it, right? Or the availability. It's not like it's a small company. So actually, you can't really like. Of course, there's this AI by Apple, right, on the newest phones, right? But it's
Mhm.
nothing
Apple
mind-blowing, right?
Intelligence.
Yeah, Apple
It's
Intelligence. Sorry,
not.
yeah. No. So even
Yeah.
you as an Apple user think that's like meh, right? It really doesn't really contribute something, I guess.
I'm still
Um,
using ChatGPT,
yeah, yeah, same, same.
and I'm an Apple fan.
Yeah. So I feel like it's lacking, right? That's again with the innovation.
It
Like
is.
where is it coming? Like it doesn't want to contribute to the whole AI at all right now. And I feel like
Yeah.
that will cost the company a little bit because then again, like Samsung or Google, like even with Google phones, right? Um, they will have an advantage over Apple like this because it takes time to create stuff like
Yeah,
this.
yeah. 100%.
But I think working with Baba can be very profitable for Apple because China, again, huge market, and China has always been for Apple a great market because also from
Oh, yeah.
personal experience, the Chinese are Apple lovers 100%. They definitely see it as a status symbol as well in China. It's Apple. That's 100%. So I think that might do really good things to Apple in the future.
I mean, let's see. I would always want Apple to be better and better and better, so I can use better products, better services.
Mhm.
Uh, but yeah, Apple is Apple. I don't think that Apple is ever going to go to shit, so to say.
I would just continue. I mean, not much going on with Apple anymore, right? Should we head on? I just want to talk a little bit about China. Not much.
Yeah.
Again, we had a great week. I think the Alibaba had its earnings and they beat everything. So revenue and EPS, really good earnings and really good growth, especially in the cloud sector. A little bit comparable with Google, if you remember how
Hmm.
the growth cloud sector grows. So definitely great. It really surprised me, man. It really surprised me because Baba was struggling the last 2 years a lot, the Chinese market as well. But we talked about it last week and the week before. But currently, the Chinese market is really, really hot, and
Yeah.
there's a
I've
lot
been
of
hearing that. I've been seeing that.
uh, a lot of sentiment has changed right now in the last 3 4 months. It's crazy. Because like being in the market for the last 3 years, most of the things you hear about China investing is from Western media. Firstly, it doesn't really get talked about, and
Yeah.
secondly, when it gets talked about, it was mostly negative because of housing crash, Evergrande in China getting
Mm.
bankrupt, stuff like this. Um, Being in huge financial problems, declining GDP growth, and so on and so on. But Alibaba really, really surprised me. They had great growth in all sectors mostly, especially cloud business and so on. And the market reacted insanely. 3 year
It
all-time
went up
high.
more than 10%, no?
So in the week, I think year
A
to
day.
date, uh, yesterday it went up by like 5 6%, and the day before
No,
on
no,
the
no.
earnings.
They came up with their earnings. I think it's
Oh yeah,
increased more than 10%,
yeah,
nearly like
15%, 15%.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it broke through a really good resistance at 120, I think. And the Hang Seng index also broke through a really important resistance. So I don't know if you look at the Hang Seng for the past 5 years index, it really went up. And then again, with the partnership potentially with Apple, I think I'm looking really, the growth is back at Baba. It really looks good. And like even comparing it to other Chinese companies like JD.com, Pingdong maybe, they all have a really good recent quarter. So I'm really looking forward. I'm really bullish towards China. Um, Xi Jinping, the president of China, meeting with the top tech leaders in Beijing, including Jack Ma. That's a big thing for Alibaba because Jack Ma was he was the founder of Baba, right? And
Mm.
he was kind of kicked out. And in the eye of the Western investor, it was like, oh, you kicking out the former CEO of a company. It's a big red flag, right? Especially for China, if you know what I
Yeah.
mean. If you fall out with the government as a CEO of a multi-billion company, it's a problem. But him being back into the light and being a little bit, oh, hello, I'm back, I'm still alive kind of vibe. Um, it's definitely nice. And then again, all the other companies like Xiaomi and so on, all these CEOs been. I feel like there is a push from China trying to accelerate growth or trying to get this growth back into the
I
into
mean,
the
that's the thing
companies.
I don't like about China. Like as you said, once you fall out with the government, you are more or less non-existent. That's what
Yeah.
I don't like about China. But like, it's giving returns, but still, it's not for my risk profile.
I mean, if you look at Baba stock, right? I bought it
Yeah.
59 euros, and if you look 1 year, it's up 88%. So it's crazy. Year to date, it's up 70% year to date since
Hmm.
January, which is nuts. It's absolutely
Yeah,
nuts
it
for me.
is.
So for my largest position in China, obviously I'm living in bliss right now, so I'm holding.
But in 5 years, they are down 30%. What happened?
No, this was when I bought the 5 year thing. That was China crash. That was China. 2021,
Ah,
2022 was the main China crash, Evergrande housing crisis, debt crisis, and COVID, bro.
COVID.
COVID.
Yeah.
China was very persistent in their lockdown. My brother living there, I had pretty much first-hand experience. You were not allowed to leave anything. Everything was delivered pretty much. There was no people. If you look at like pictures from Shanghai and COVID, it's a 25 million people city and it was empty, fully empty. It's crazy scary nearly. But yeah, I think because of this COVID as well, there's still recovery happening. Also with like a consumer confidence and stuff like this. But yeah, I'm really hyped about China. I feel like there's a good. I feel like the sentiment, also Western sentiment towards China, has changed a little bit. People are a little bit more positive. The news a little bit more positive. Hedge funds are more hyped about investing in China,
Yeah.
and like
Michael
Tencent is.
Burry is investing heavily in China, no?
Oh, Michael Burry, the short guy from the Big
Yeah.
Short. Yeah, yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He bought pretty much in the last 2 years. It's not like an indicator for me, by the way. But I like him. Michael Burry, he bought a lot of JD.com. He bought a lot of Alibaba. He bought a lot of Tencent as well, I believe. Um, doesn't matter. He's very well. He's doing very well with his portfolio right now. Like Alibaba and JD.com are probably both respectively like 50 to 70% in the plus. So he bought at perfect timings. Um, I don't know what else to say. I feel like I'm really positive towards it right now.
That's good. That's good.
Um,
I mean, as long as you are making returns, it does not really matter, does it? So
I mean, Jam, I've held Alibaba 3 years in the minus, right? I was in,
I know.
I was at one point minus 50%. I kept buying into the dip, and I doubled my, I no, I've I quadrupled my position while buying into the dips, right? It started out with a really 5% position. And wait, if you give me 1 second, I will tell you that Alibaba is a 15% position in my portfolio, which is by far the largest because I'm normally like to keep it 5 to 10 maximum. But yeah, it's finally paying off. It's finally in the plus. Crazy, crazy journey. But again, like the company is recovering, right? If you look at recent quarters, there's nice grow back, and I think like these companies are fundamentally, I think, great companies. It's obviously the risk from the Chinese government and
Yeah.
so on. But right now, the Chinese government is very positive towards these companies and towards these tech companies, and they are looking to make the economy better. I believe it's also in the interest of the Chinese government to have uh, a good financial power as their country, right? Nobody wants to see their own country in
But
decline.
that's the thing. If Google tomorrow says we don't like Trump, Google is still going to be Google. Let's
Oh yeah,
see
100%.
if Alibaba says I don't like what was the president's name? Xi Jinping?
Xi Jinping, yes.
Xi Jinping. Let's say Alibaba CEO saying I don't like Xi Jinping. Let's see what's gonna happen to Alibaba. That's the main reason why I don't invest in the Chinese market. That's actually the only reason, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, of course. That's the risk, like always. I mean, that's what Jack Ma back in, I believe, 2019 kind of said. Actually, he was holding a
Mhm.
conference and or something similar. I don't recall the details, but he did question the Chinese government, and that's what then happened to him, right? Which is fine because
Yeah.
like it's not like he completely disappeared. He was still active as a talker, but yeah, he got put down as the CEO and got reimbursed, I suppose, with money, right? But yeah, again, you say Google will say Trump is we don't like Trump, but then again, Google loves its own company, right? Loves making money. On the other hand, they would never say that anyway, because
Yeah.
like you know what I mean. When they say they just risk a 5% dip in their stock, so on the other hand, of course, the companies have their own interest in mind as well, right? Alibaba knows
Yeah.
that it's a good company if it stays on the side of the government. Uh, and I think they will keep doing that. And yeah, I just think the sentiment is really changed these days, and that makes me very bullish towards China. And I think there's a lot of upside. Xiaomi is still, bro. Xiaomi is driving me nuts. It's my strongest position right now. Like it's going,
Yeah.
it's reaching €7 soon.
My strongest position is still ASML. So, sorry, not ASML, Rheinmetall. So,
Oh yeah, yeah, of course, Ryan Metal
yeah,
again. Absolute king, absolute king. But yeah, I don't
that's that
know.
that was a disgusting thing. Yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy these
that's
days.
yeah. I know. That's about it, I guess.
Yeah, it's not really. I feel like the Chinese stocks grew so much, so I'm predicting a little bit of a slowdown there, a little bit chill
It
time,
should be.
drawback, and I feel like I feel a little bit more American uh, because year to date S&P 500 up 2%. That ain't it. But my portfolio is up 20%, which is crazy. So I'm definitely because of the China movement, of course, but
Yeah.
currently I'm feeling like America has a comeback to do. I feel like there's a little bit, don't you think? Like especially like looking at Google and other stocks like Amazon. I feel like the S&P 500 can do some nice gains in the coming
I
weeks.
hope it drops more so we can buy more.
But
That's what I'm hoping for.
you need to have money to
So
drop
we can buy
to
more.
buy more.
Yeah. Especially I really want to buy Bank of America and Amazon. So I hope it drops more so I can buy more because we always say like we don't buy dodgy companies, we buy companies that are like big, established, as hope, like that like value investing part. So I hope it drops more so we can buy more. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't like. Of course, I would like it, but I don't know if it's gonna happen because I don't. First of all, I'm quite low on cash currently, and I think if I would buy something more, right now, I would still buy more Google. If Google drops more, I will definitely buy more Google because I feel like from the Mac
Google
7,
is not
it's
a bad
still the
buy, yeah.
cheapest, right? And for me, for me, it just looks the cleanest. I don't know why. I just
Mm.
like Google. It really looks amazing, financial
Yeah,
wise and graphic wise. And if it does drop another 5-10% and I have another nice drawdown, then I will definitely add a little position again.
yeah. Yeah, should be okay.
But selling
Okay,
nothing,
shall
right?
we end
You never
it?
sell. Yeah,
No,
I
no,
think
no, no.
so.
We never sell. We never sell. We never sell. We only buy.
Yeah.
I'll sell if I go 500% in plus.
500% return. Dang. Dang.
I mean, I sold my bitcoins when it was like 200 or 300% in plus, and I didn't even sell all of it. I sold half of it. So
Damn.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I think patience is what gives you the return, right? I mean, even like we're
Mhm.
looking at like Xiaomi, I bought at 270 euros per share. It dropped to €1, 80% minus, bro. And now I'm
Yeah.
120% in plus. So I think it's really a patience game with some stocks. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah.
It's crazy. It's
100%.
crazy. Should we look at the earnings for next week and call it a day?
Yeah. Okay. Let's do that. But I think next week's earnings are not that
Uh,
exciting.
I think you're wrong.
What do they have?
We got Salesforce, we got Nvidia, we got Intuit, we got Berkshire Hathaway. I think those are all pretty interesting. Maybe telecom.
Oh,
But
Salesforce and
Nvidia is
Nvidia. Oh.
yeah, Nvidia and Salesforce are definitely interesting. Some tech companies like HP and Dell as well, which might give some good indicators. But I like Berkshire Hathaway on Monday, right? Warren Buffett. I feel like
To be fair, next week Thursday before market open, there's Royal Bank of Canada as well, and London
oh
Stock
yeah,
Exchange Group.
I don't,
Um,
I don't even realize those tickers or symbols. I don't know them, but yeah, that's a good call.
no, yeah, London Stock Exchange, and also on Friday, Erste Sparkasse. It's kind of an important bank for Germany, but yeah, we'll see. But Nvidia here is important. I hope it doesn't beat, so market drops,
Um,
so we can buy more.
I mean, with Nvidia, like they've always beaten recently quarters, right? So I'm pretty confident. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Could be a nice catalyst. Normally, when Nvidia has good earnings, it likes to catalyze the other tech stocks like Google or so
Yeah,
on,
and
right?
if it misses its earnings, it keeps the market low.
Yeah. Oh my God, the Wednesday is actually not bad. There's a couple of even smaller companies that could be. But yeah, Salesforce is also always interesting for me, the main competitor to SAP. And
hmm
yeah, maybe telecom, but yeah, otherwise I don't know not much to say. Berkshire Hathaway, I think my is always interesting as like an overall. If they perform well, then I feel like the economy is still okay.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Um,
I mean, that's it. To be fair,
that's it. Let's see what's gonna happen. And oh, eBay, but yeah, otherwise not much.
eBay. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's see.
Other
We had a
than
good
that,
week.
I don't think. Yeah, yep. It should be okay. Let's see. I don't know what to say, to be fair, and I'm like, sickness is getting to me.
Yeah.
Illness. They're not easy. This flu.
Drink lots of tea and chicken broth. That's the way for health. Oh, chicken
That's
soup,
it. I'm
man.
gonna make a chicken soup. That's it.
100%. That's like Bella was so sick as well last like for 5, 6 days, bro. Like I think she had
Oof.
COVID because it wasn't really feverish, and she says she had the same
Mm,
symptoms as before. Well, yeah, all I did was give her vegetable chicken soup. That's all I did to her, like, and she got better.
yeah. Hopefully, market goes well. That's what we can say, I guess. Shall we end it?
Yeah, let's end it. Thank you for listening.
Okay.
Yeah, have a good one. Ciao,
Catch you
ciao. Until
guys.
next week.